Alright, welcome everybody to this lesson, and I'm going to be talking with you about rhythm, time signatures, and chord variations. So this is going to allow you to play chords in a more interesting way, in a more enjoyable way, actually playing it, but also for the listener, give you an all-around confidence boost when you play anything, not just chords, but this will also translate into your other upcoming skills, especially when you go and try and learn chordal based songs online and you just see chords but you don't have a sense of how quickly you're playing it, in what way. This is going to help you massively with that. So to start off with, let me explain what rhythm is. It is a very important component that you find in all music. So a rhythm is describing how fast you're playing certain sounds and the gaps or silences that are in between those notes. You might have a bunch of notes that have short gaps of silence in between, and you might have other groups of notes with long gaps of silence in between. And this collection of playing and not playing notes and how fast is what makes up rhythm. So to give you a demonstration, I'm going to play something that has a very, very simple rhythm. Now I'm going to play something which has a more complex rhythm. So you can see there, the second one, I had more variation in how close those gaps are in between the notes, and then I elongated those gaps afterwards. So it's really, rhythm can be very, very simple, or it can be very, very complex. One other thing to note about rhythm is that it has a sense of beat, like it follows a steady beat. There's usually this consistent movement about it. You can, like snap your fingers to it, you can clap your hands to it, you can move your body to it. That rhythm that you feel when you're at the dance floor, for example, or you're just listening to music and it makes you want to move your body, or you're moving your head to it. That's what I mean by the steady beat to the rhythm. So this beat I'm describing can be counted, and this is essentially what time signatures are. Now, time signatures, I'm not going to go into huge depth into right now because that's going to be coming later. I'm just going to give you enough for you to understand the concept in a way that will be very useful. That's also not going to confuse you, because if I give you too much information now, it might be a little bit too much for this stage. So to keep things simple, there are two types of beats that I want you to be aware of. You have 4 and you have 3. So you can clap like 1, 2, 3, 4, or snap your fingers, whatever you want, like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a very, very, very common beat that you find. Now you have the other type of beat, which is in 3. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or maybe a faster version, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You find 3 times mostly in waltz songs, like in classical pieces, but you also do find them in a bunch of modern music as well. So when I'm describing this beat with either 4 or 3, these are called time signatures. I'm just going to refer to them as times, just to avoid, any confusion of, signature or whatever, because again, I will explain that later. So I might say, okay, I'm going to count in 4 time, or I'd say, okay, I'm going to count in 3 time. And the only difference there would be if I'm counting up till 4 and repeating, or if I'm counting up till 3 and repeating. That's the only difference. So to explain this, I'm just going to create something in 4 time, and then I'll make you something in 3 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's an example of 3 time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now that we have the foundations down, we can start to explore more interesting rhythms for chords. Now, so far you may have been playing chords in one of these ways, so either like this, or like this, or this full version. Now, ideally, you're at this full version, like you can comfortably play this. But if you're not yet and you still need to practice that, obviously that's fine. And you could just follow in whatever form you're comfortable with right now. So I'm going to play this in 4/time in a very, very simple rhythm. Every beat is going to be a note. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time I snap that finger, the beat will be when I play that chord. So here's what that would sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you would just repeat like that. Now, if I want to make it slightly more complex, I could play twice every time I do the beat. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I could also simplify it. So for every 2 beats, I will play once. So to demonstrate, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I just want you to pay attention that I'm holding the notes down for, the full length of that. I'm not cutting it too short. So instead of playing 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm extending it to that full length of the beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's actually start to look at your options for when you're going to go and look at chords for, online songs. So let's say that the sequence of chords you saw online for a song that you like had C major, A minor, F major, and G major. This is a very, very common sequence or progression, and this is what they sound like: C major, A minor, F major, and G major. Now when you're online, kind of like how we did for Hallelujah, and you're just seeing chords, it does not tell you how to play rhythm. It does not tell you how fast you're going to be doing it. It does not tell you when to have more complex rhythms, when to have simpler rhythms, when to hold back. It doesn't give you any information like that. So in those situations, it's really up to you and just the general pace of the song, because you might know the song itself. So if you know Hallelujah and you know how it's supposed to sound, then that will be your kind of guideline for what rhythm to play. Here's how you may have been playing chords online up until now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So we're gonna slightly increase the complexity there, where we're gonna leave the left hand exactly as it was, but we're going to double the time we're playing on the right. So this is now what we're gonna sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's also an option. Another option is to make the right hand very simple, but make the left hand a bit more complicated. So here's what that sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you wanted to make it a lot more complicated and take a huge jump, this is also an option. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So now you have a sense of what your options are, how you can make more interesting rhythms when you're playing chords. You could try making your own, what's kind of comfortable. So here's what I would suggest. You start from where you are, which is playing 1, 2, 3, 4, as you were very simply, and upping it so that it's the next small step that is not too big of a jump. So here is the order of rhythms that I want you to practice separately. So here's the first level. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. What you can do is take it right hand first and then left hand, and this is always a good process to have to separate your hands. So first you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just practice moving from chord to chord, maintaining the beat. This is the most important thing that you must always be aware of, and that's being on time. Not being too early and not being too late. Now, I don't mean being so robotically precise that you are exactly on the millisecond, but it means that you're not lagging far behind enough that it's disrupting the rest of the piece, and you're not early enough that it's also not disrupting the piece. Obviously, you're gonna make these mistakes, so, don't hold it against yourself. I'm just saying be aware of keeping in the time. Now, a great tool to help you stay in time is called a metronome. Now, metronomes they come in various shapes and sizes. Some of them are built into a digital keyboard. So like this one, I've got a button that allows me to start a metronome, and then I've got buttons that decreases the tempo, which is basically speed. Other buttons that change the time from 4 time to 3 time. So those are, things that you can have on actual keyboards built in. But more commonly is that you would go onto Amazon or something and you can buy an electronic metronome. If you don't want to go and buy a metronome, or if you're on an acoustic piano that does not have built-in metronome, obviously that's completely fine. A great way is to just go online onto Google and just type in online free metronome, and you set your settings, and then you can use it that way. And this is something I highly recommend you get comfortable using, because being able to stay in time is without a doubt in the top 3 most important skills a musician must be able to do. Because if you're playing along to a singer, if you're playing along to a song, if you end up learning a different instrument and you go and play in an orchestra, if you play in a band, staying in time is very important. And if you're really adamant on not using metronome at the start, at the very least, I would, count out loud. I would, use your foot. Or do something to keep you in time. So once you're done with level 1, this is going to be level 2. You don't have to go through all of these right now, but this is going to be your task for the end of the lesson. So you can either do it now or after the lesson is done. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you're comfortable with that, here is level 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and you can go as long as you want. One thing I'd like to add is you might find yourself with a very firm wrist. This is something common I see, where they just play with their fingers alone rather than moving with their wrist. So you can see how my wrist is kind of dropping. I'm not like throwing it up and down, but I'm letting it play in a relaxed and natural way. Maintaining the arc and good form is also important. Now, level 4 is gonna, instead of using 4 time, we're gonna be using 3 time. Now, this is gonna be a little bit bigger of a jump than the previous levels, so be patient with yourself when you're practicing this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can call out what number you're going to be playing on. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So you're only playing on a 3 and 1. Okay, so now that that is more solid in your head, it's just a matter of doing it. I would practice the left hand first and then just add in the right hand slowly. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now you can go as slow as you want, as long as you have the steady beat. You can make that beat really, really slow if you wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as that beat is moving equally and forwards, then that is completely fine. Go as slow as you need to, and then you can gradually move the speed up until you can be able to play something like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Remember that for each of these levels, you're playing the entire sequence, not just on the C. So doing levels 1 till 4 is going to be your task for this session. Try not to rush through. Take it one hand at a time and go slowly at the start until you can go comfortably, and only move on to the next level once you've done it 5 times through comfortably. Now level 5 is completely optional. That is if you're very confident in levels 1 till 4 and you want an extra challenge. This is going to be it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And there you go. So if you want to just practice that and figure out that yourself by chance, you can obviously do that. But if you want me to explain an easier way to get this done, then here it is. You can subdivide the counting into saying 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, because the and is that extra beat that we're adding. So it would be 1, 2, and 3, 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 and so on. So that's how you could count it. It's much easier that way. Take it slow, and if you're really confident, then you can go faster, but maintaining the same beat. That is going to be the hard thing to do. 1, 2, and 3, 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 1, 2, and 3. That's what's going to be challenging if you do want to take this challenge. But either way, if you're doing 1 till 4 and you're fine with that, you are more than prepared to move on. So good luck, and I will see you in the next lesson.